Devin Haney is the greatest talent whose rise we are currently witnessing. He moves beautifully, is fast, flexible, has good reactions and a great sense of distance. He has a rich arsenal of punches and uses the jab well, often incorporating uppercuts. He's only 24 years old, but he's already made a lot of noise. His name is increasingly mentioned among boxing fans and experts. He's been called the new Floyd Mayweather due to his very similar fighting style. And soon he will face Ukrainian Vasily Lomachenko in a championship fight, so this video will be particularly relevant. We'll remember how Devin Haney destroyed his opponents. Since Devin Haney's debut in the professional boxing ring, almost 7.5 years have passed, and at that time the young American was only 16. In his very first fight, he won by knockout in the first round. Since then, he has had 29 fights, with 29 wins, 15 of which were by way of knockout. Since 2018, he has faced tougher opponents and defeated boxers such as Mason Menard.
But really, Menard was never able to get any rhythm going, never able to get any pressure going.
Juan Carlos Burgos.
That got him the draw.
Henry Macy, a third.
And Zalisani Donjani. He then fought against the tough Mexican middleweight Antonio Moran. The fight took place on May 25, 2019. It was the main event of the evening at the MGM National Harbor Arena. 3 less prestigious titles of the WBA, WBO, and WBC International Champion were at stake in that fight. Devin started the fight in his usual manner as the second number. Morano could not hit the nimble American in any way, and he, in turn, regularly counterattacked, flashing through the defense for 10 years of the older enemy with lightning speed. After a few rounds, Haney realized that you can go on the attack on a desperate enemy. And he successfully did it. First, in the 5th round, Morano was knocked down, but managed to get up, and then in the 7th, after an accurate counter right-handed blow, he again collapsed on the floor and could no longer get up. That defeat was the first and only early in the career of the Mexican. And the prospect then got the right to fight in a qualifying match for the WBC title. On September 13, 2019, in the ring of the Cult Boxing Arena Madison Square Garden in New York, Haney fought against the Russian Zor Abdulliv. At first it was assumed that this fight would have the status of a qualifying match for the right to meet WBC champion Ukrainian Vasily Lomachenko. But later, the World Boxing Council decided to play the interim champion belt in this fight. The fight started from Abdulliv's attacks. He slowly pressed the American, trying to hit him with his ingenious blows.
Countering that talent
too in the opening 3 minutes.
Haney easily guessed the actions of the enemy and answered with an accurate jab. Over time, the favorite connected blows to the body and uppercuts.
Looking to mix it up again and again.
The difference in the skill of the boxers was noticeable to the naked eye, and the advantage of the boxer from the USA grew from round to round.
Is that you have a lot of good fighters, and so it can happen.
After the 4th round, Zor decided that he had enough and stopped resisting. He refused to continue the fight, citing an injury. So Devin Haney became the owner of the interim title. In a little over a month, the WBC will decide to declare Lomachenko the franchise champion and give Haney a full-fledged world championship belt. For the debut defense of the belt, the promoter of the rising boxing star found not the strongest opponent, the Dominican Alfredo Santiago.
In the boxing record books, we are scheduled for better.
He was very fluid. And then they call it Brain coming around with the left hook. He set that up with crisp jabs and foot feint.
In the 5th round, Santiago was knocked down, but managed to get up and reach the saving final gong.
Top of it. Haney is nice counter right. And again from Haney. Santiago tries to hold on.
Despite the fact that the young champion boxed with a shoulder injury from the 2nd round, he completely outclassed his opponent in all rounds, winning by unanimous decision. After that fight, the World Boxing Council announced that Haney must defend his title against former champion Javier Fortuna. However, the organization of the fight never materialized. Due to a shoulder injury sustained in his fight with Santiago, Devin was unable to fight and was placed in a champion in recess status. On October 2, 2020, it was revealed that Haney would make the second defense of his WBC lightweight title against the former unified featherweight titleist Yuriorkis Gamboa on November 7, 2020. The bout was held at the Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida, and was broadcast by DAZN. Most media members predicted an easy victory for the reigning champion, which was reflected in the betting odds as well, with most odds makers having Haney as a -5,000 favorite. Haney won the fight by a dominant unanimous decision, with 2 of the judges awarding him every single round of the fight, while the 3rd judge scored it 118 to 109 in favor of Haney. Haney outlanded Gamboa 133 to 84 in total punches and 82 to 63 in power punches landed. In what was seen by many as Haney's toughest test of his career so far, Haney made the 3rd defense of his WBC lightweight title against former 3-weight world champion Jorge Linares on May 29, 2021. Haney controlled the action for most of the fight, but was hurt when Linares caught him with a powerful right-left combination toward the end of the 10th round. Haney survived the final 2 rounds largely by tying Linares up and negating his opponent's attempts at trying to engage with him.
Got him again! Double left! Linares is looking for that short right hand. That's why he's throwing those jabs downstairs.
The crowd voiced their displeasure with what they perceived as excessive clinching by booing Haney when he jumped up on the ropes in celebration immediately after the final bell, as well as booing during the announcement of the official decision. Joseph Diaz had been scheduled to defend his WBC interim lightweight title against Ryan Garcia on November 27, 2021, until Garcia withdrew from the fight due to a hand injury. This led to back and forth on social media between Haney and Diaz, culminating in an official announcement on November 3 that Diaz would now be challenging for Haney's full world title on December 4, instead of defending his interim title against Garcia.
Lightweight title.
Against Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna
punching at the gloves of Jojo Diaz. Doesn't see a Teofimo Lopez fight. His father kept saying, "You're winning these rounds." And Diaz Jr.
On the night, Haney defeated Diaz by unanimous decision, with scores of 117 to 111, 117 to 111, 116 to 112 in his favor.
Body shots. This is where they want him to unload. He's never been on this.
After the fight, The victor announced his desire to face unified champion George Kambosos Jr. for all 4 major world titles in the lightweight division, stating, "Let's do it for all the belts. The real undisputed."
You can call me stupid.
In front of a sold-out crowd in Melbourne, Australia in June 2022, Haney defeated George Kambosos Jr. by outpointing and outboxing the Australian fighter to become the first undisputed lightweight champion in the 4-belt era. The deal for the fight included an automatic rematch clause which Kambosos exercised, with the rematch occurring in October 2022 in Australia. Haney defeated Kambosos via unanimous decision with the scores of 118 to 110 twice and 119 to 109. On March 29, 2023, it was confirmed that Haney would make a second defense of his undisputed lightweight titles against former unified lightweight champion Vasily Lomachenko on May 20th, 2023 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, Paradise, Nevada, US. We are all looking forward to this fight, especially after the mega fight between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Therefore, write your predictions in the comments under this video.